relief. He's like relief. It's over.
Wrap this up next few minutes here, but thank you for being an amazing audience. You guys rock. So give yourselves a round of applause. You heard Mark talk about purpose, right? And the intended purpose of that motorcycle was not for me to lift it. It had its own purpose.
Right.
But I have made it have a new purpose for a new reason. Right? Now, just like this baseball bat, it has a purpose. This bottle of water, it has a purpose. And I believe that every one of you in here have been created for a purpose and a reason by a creator who loves you very much. I did not have the best upbringing. I got made fun of a lot from the kids at school because of my size, the way I looked. I was kind of short and heavy. But what happened is I would go home, and the person that was supposed to love me and teach me how to be a man was the one that tore me down the most. He would say things to me like, "You're no good. You're worthless. You're not going to amount to anything." And at that moment in time, I felt that I had no purpose. I felt that I had no reason for living. Because if you hear words often enough, you start to believe what those words are, whether they're positive or whether they're negative. I believed the lies that I was no good, that I was worthless, and I wouldn't amount to anything. So much so that I attempted to take my own life in 8th grade. I felt so bad about who I was. Trying to discover who I was so hurt. But what happened was I got bigger, I got stronger, I started playing football and getting noticed for that. And it was the one time in my life that my dad told me he was proud of me. When I played sports. When I did well in football, when I did well in track, he said he was proud of me. But just in my own daily life, just because he didn't love me just because I was his son. I can't imagine what was going through his mind, what was going through his heart when he was doing that stuff to me. What happened was I met a man, and his name was Mark. And Mark taught me what it was like to be a husband and be a father, and how to be a man. And most importantly, Mark told me that I had a purpose, and that I had a creator who loved me. I had a heavenly daddy who wanted me to be his son. And I hung out with Mark for about 3 years. And after 3 years hanging out with Mark, having him speak life into me, having him speak encouragement into me, having him say, "You're a good man. You've got a good heart. I love you just the way you are." He modeled what it was like to have a good father. And after 3 years, I gave my life over to Jesus Christ because of the things that Mark spoke into me. But I still had to discover what my purpose and what my reason was. At one point in time, I was limited to lifting 50 pounds because I had a back surgery. Doctors say, don't lift over 50 pounds. And what happened for me is if you see that young lady in the wheelchair, her name is Anna. It was because of Anna that I'm even here today. Anna came to my wife and I as a foster daughter. Her name was Destiny. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, She was brain damaged because of mom used drugs and alcohol during the pregnancy. And I realized when she came into our home, I fell instantly and madly in love with her. My wife will say the same thing. She was the first person, actually human, to love us unconditionally. It's because of that little girl and my heart to be the best father that I can be for her that I'm here today. Having a limitation of 50 pounds, I would not be able to carry her to her bed, to the bath, to her wheelchair, to the car. And she needed me to do that for her. So I went back to the gym and I started lifting weights. It's the only thing I knew how to do because she needed me to be strong. It was not ever my intention to become one of the strongest people on the planet. That was not a goal of mine. I didn't have it set. It was a byproduct of a father's love for a daughter. God loves each and every one of you. He sent Jesus to come down here to die in our place, to take our sin to make us new. When I gave my life over to Jesus, it was the first time that I felt peace, the first time that I felt whole. Sometimes in life, we can get squeezed, we can get pressured, we can get pushed. And it can take us out of our God-given purpose to we're no longer fit to serve in the position that we were created for. When you allow God to come back into your life, He breathes that breath of life into you and He makes you new. You may have some bruises, you may have some scars, but you can still be utilized for the purpose that God created you for. There was a moment in time where I came to Christ. I didn't realize it, but the things that I was doing wrong is called sin. And sin builds up a wall that separates us from God. We were meant to have a reason to have a relationship with God. But the sin in our lives, the things that we do wrong that hurts God's heart, it puts up a wall that separates us from God. And the only way that it can be broken, the only way that wall of sin that can come down, is to come broken into the cross of Jesus Christ and allow Jesus to be whole in your life, and Jesus can take that wall of sin down. First, you have to come broken into the cross. Sometimes our hearts are really hard. And we're not hearing the message that's being spoken to us. God is knocking right now. God is speaking to you guys right now. If you come broken into the cross, you come broken into the cross of Jesus Christ, you can be whole, you can have peace, but you have to come broken into the cross.
Get under his address.
You come broken, you come to the cross. That wall of sin that separates you from God, separates you from eternity. It can be broken down. But you have to come, you have to know Jesus. You have to give over your life to Jesus Christ. If you do that, that wall of sin that separates you from God can be broken down. become broken and come to the cross. Will you guys do something for me? My time's up, but we're going to finish this, okay? Do me a favor, close your eyes real quick and bow your heads for me.